Got it. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to my listener. Myself Priyanka Sharma, Assistant Professor IIMT College of Law, Greater Noida. Today we will discuss about the introduction of fundamental rights under the Indian Constitution 1950. Fundamental rights are essential human rights that are offered to every citizen, respective of caste, race, creed, place of birth, religion, gender. These are equal to freedoms, and these rights are essential for personal goods and the society at large. So, in America, these are called bills of rights. Common people known as basic rights, but in Indian Constitution, call them fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are included in the Constitution, in the Indian Constitution 1915, Part 3rd, from 12 to 35 articles. The rights guaranteed under the Constitution of India are fundamental as they have been incorporated in the fundamental law of land and enforceable in a court of law. So, objective of fundamental rights is uh, secure the political freedom of people and social and economic problems secured by the directive principle of state policy. So, why fundamental rights called fundamental rights? Why we need fundamental rights? Because these are very important to existence with the dignified manner and all around development. Features of let's discuss about the features of fundamental rights. Fundamental Right Act means if the state exercises unlimited and arbitrary power, fundamental rights are available against the state, not against private individual. Fundamental rights are not of absolute nature. A reasonable restriction might be imposed on them. Fundamental right could be suspended during emergency. For example, Article 19 of the Indian Constitution Act automatically suspended during the emergency. These are only two articles which cannot be suspending during emergency. These are Article 20 and 21. Originally, there were 7 fundamental rights in our constitution: right to equality, right to freedom, right to culture and education, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, right to constitutional remedies. And 7th one is right to property. But 44th Amendment 1978, right to property of Article 19 Clause 1 and Article 31 was deleted, and it was introduced as a constitutional right under the Article 300A. So let's discuss about the fundamental rights. First one is Article 12, definition of state. It includes 4 classes: legislative and executive of Union of State, executive and legislature of a state, local authorities, and other authorities. Local authorities included village panchayat, municipalities. And Article 13 talks about law inconsistent with the fundamental rights. Article 13, Clause 1 state that pre-constitutional law means if any law made before the Indian Constitution 1950 violate the fundamental rights, the court declared void. And 13 Clause 2 states that post-constitutional law, the court states that void ab initio. So let's discuss Article 14. This very important article, equality before law. It includes everyone is equal before the law and equal protection. It divided into 2 classes: equality before law and equal protection of law. Equality before law is a negative concept, and equal protection of law is a positive concept. Because equality before law means if any person, whether he is a prime minister or member of parliament or a common people, everyone should be treated equally. Everyone is equal before the law. But equal protection of laws is a positive concept because अगर एक पर्सन, एक चाइल्ड 16 ईयर्स का है और एक चाइल्ड 5 साल का है, तो हम उसको एक साथ ट्रीट नहीं कर सकते, तो हमें उसको डिफरेंट ट्रीटमेंट देना होगा. नेक्स्ट इज आर्टिकल 15, social equality and equal access to public area. Means no one discrimination on the basis of race, caste, sex, place of birth. But Article 14 included test of classification. Test of classification includes intangible differencia and nexus relation. Means अगर हम किसी चीज के लॉज बनाते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम लोग आर्टिकल 15 क्लॉज 3 में लॉज बना रहे हैं SC STs के लिए, तो हमारे उसके पीछे एक पर्पस है, लाइक फॉर द अपलिफ्टमेंट ऑफ द SC and ST और वुमेन और चिल्ड्रन. Test of classification is proponented by the state of FN Balsara, but this doctrine is old doctrine. New doctrine proponented by the EROEPA versus state of Tamil Nadu state that principle of natural justice and reasonable. Article 14 also included the rule of golden triangle, which was proponented in the Menka Gandhi versus Union of India. Article 14 golden triangle rule included Article 14, 21 and Article 19. Article 16 talks about equality in matter of public employment. Article 17 abolition of untouchability. Article 18 abolition of title. Let's talk about Article 19 protection of certain rights regarding freedom of speech and etc. Article 19 divided into two parts. For example, Article 19 clause 1 rights of citizen and second one is rights of state. It includes freedom of speech and expression, assembly, association or union, move freely throughout the territory, settle in any part of the territory. But अगर हमारे पास राइट्स हैं, अगर हमारे पास फंडामेंटल राइट्स हैं बट वो एब्सोल्यूट राइट्स नहीं है, मीन्स हम उनको पूरी तरीके से यूज नहीं कर सकते, उस पर कुछ ना कुछ रिस्ट्रिक्शंस होंगी. रिस्ट्रिक्शंस के ग्राउंड्स हैं, सिक्योरिटी ऑफ द स्टेट होना चाहिए, इंटीग्रिटी होना चाहिए. अगर हम कोई भी फंडामेंटल राइट्स का वायलेशन करते हैं, कोई भी फंडामेंटल राइट को एंजॉय करना चाहते हैं. Article 20 protection in respect of conviction for offense. Article 21 protection of life and personal liberty. Article 21 includes protection of life and personal liberty. No one shall be deprived of life and personal liberty except according to procedure stipulated by law. It is mainly inspired by the American Constitution. Article 21 includes no one shall be deprived a life and personal liberty. Means everyone has a right to live a dignified manner. This means Article 21 includes court have the power to control the action of both legislature and executive. Main case laws included Article 21 is A.K. Gopalan and Menka Gandhi. Article 21A includes right to education is a fundamental right through the 86th Amendment 2002 included right to education is a fundamental right according to Article 21 Clause A. Provide free and compulsory education of all the children age of 6 to 14 years. Rights against exploitation. The rights against exploitation given in Article 23 and 24 provides for two provisions. Child labor is considered a gross violation of the spirit and provision of the Constitution. Right to freedom of religion. हमारा फंडामेंटल राइट, हमारा जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है उसका फीचर्स है कि धर्म निरपेक्ष, तो वही कॉन्सेप्ट है ये. आर्टिकल 25 फ्रीडम ऑफ कंसाइज एंड फ्री प्रोफेशन प्रैक्टिस एंड प्रोपोगेशन ऑफ रिलीजन. आर्टिकल 26 फ्रीडम टू मैनेज रिलीजियस अफेयर. आर्टिकल 27 फ्रीडम एज टू पेमेंट ऑफ टैक्सेस फॉर प्रमोशन ऑफ एनी पर्टिकुलर रिलीजन. Right to get education. Article 29 protection of interest of minorities. Rights of minorities to stabilize and administer an education institution. Every child has a right to get basic education This article inserted 86th Amendment 2002, right to constitutional remedies. Article 32 of the Indian Constitution, 1950, Bhimrao Ambedkar states that Article 32 is the soul of the Constitution. Means if any person वायलेशन, किसी भी व्यक्ति का, किसी भी पर्सन का राइट वायलेट होता है, तो आप सीधा आर्टिकल 32 के अकॉर्डिंग सुप्रीम कोर्ट में अप्रोच कर सकते हैं. इट ऑल्सो इंक्लूड्स आर्टिकल 226. In case of imprisonment, the citizen can ask the court to see if it is according to the provision of the law of the country. It includes 5 writs, basically habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranty, and certiorari.